Friends are awesome for great meals, but they also need to be managed. So Dr. Karyn Gordon is here to talk about managing your friendships. This is such a good topic, Karyn. I'm so glad you're here with us to talk about this, because anytime we talk about friends, our viewers love it. And I think it's just because friendships, for me and for you and so many of our viewers, they're such an important element of our lives, but they can be fragile.
They can be a little bit tricky.
They can be a bit tricky.
Yeah.
So managing them, managing the friends you have in your inner circle and the ones you have as acquaintances, it can get to be a bit of a dance. So you've talked to the audience about this a bit.
Yeah, so this is actually really interesting, and I call it like the friendship dynamic and really kind of managing your expectations.
Okay.
And one of it is actually how many friends we can actually have.
Yeah.
And I think
How
part
many
of
are
it,
we allowed?
Right, and it's interesting because as kids, it's so easy to make friends.
Right.
Then you kind of hit adulthood, and it becomes a little bit trickier. And what was interesting when I was talking to the audience, a lot of them are like, yeah, but when you get to senior, don't you worry, because it gets easy again. It's almost kind of like, oh, it's easy, hard, easy again.
Okay.
But in terms of how many friends we can handle, and so there's a lot of been research studies around how many friends can we really handle.
Yeah.
And so what I want to do is take the research and actually filter it through our audience. So our research says that people can really only handle 5 inner friends. 5 very, very close friends.
That's as much as we need,
That's
or
all
can
right.
handle.
Yeah, that we can handle, that kind of know everything about us. We can call it any time of the day. So I asked the audience, and how consistent was the audience? 5.01.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Okay, so we are pretty darn close in terms of the research. So we can really only have 5 very close friends. 5 inner friends, 10 close friends that we'd kind of invite to our birthday party, 35 extended circles, so that would be people that you kind of know from your mom's groups and from work, and 100 acquaintances. So in total, we can really only handle about 150 friends.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of people.
That's enough.
That's enough.
Yeah,
That's
you're
enough.
good.
You're good. You're good. And so as our friends develop, and we might have friends from our inner circle, and then as we grow and we get older, they might go more to a closer acquaintance. But we want to kind of like navigate, because I think there can be a lot of emotion, as you said, kind of around friends.
Right, because that one of the people in your close friend group that you want to come to your birthday party, maybe you want to kick them out to acquaintance.
Yes, yes. Oh, right.
How do you figure out how to do that?
And we're going to be talking about exactly how do you do that.
Okay.
So kind of tip number 1 is realize that friends, we really are going to go through different seasons. And when I went to camp, there was like this great song about, make new friends. Summer's, oh gracious, I don't even know what this song is, but I should have really studied the song before actually.
Yeah,
do you remember like make new friends but keep the old?
Yeah.
One is silver and the other's gold. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, And the whole idea is that there's some friends that we're going to have forever, and there's some that we're only going to have it for a season. And I think that's important, because as we go through different life stages, whether or not we're getting married, we're having kids, all of a sudden we may not feel as connected to a certain friend, and I certainly can feel sometimes this where you just kind of want to hold on to just because you have that history.
Right.
But sometimes is it okay to let a person go?
Yeah, I think you have to give yourself permission.
You have to kind of give yourself permission.
Because it's a season, a reason, or a lifetime.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Some are seasons, some they're a reason, like you're in a similar life stage, and some are forever.
Forever. And to
that's
kind of like figuring out, and not to take it personal and not to kind of hold on, but realize that some friends are just it's gonna be a season, and that's actually okay.
Right. So once you've come to that recognition that you were a seasonal friend.
A seasonal friend, yes.
Now what do you do with that info?
Well, there's a couple things. The one thing you can actually, it's interesting, once you realize you're seasonal, there's a whole thing called ghosting.
Okay.
And it was interesting. You know about ghosting?
I do.
You know about ghosting. A lot of people don't know about ghosting. And I was actually just kind of asking people randomly, do you know about ghosting? And I'd say about 50% know what ghosting is and 50% actually don't.
I've heard it used a bit differently, though.
Have you?
Like ghosting out of an event or a party. I'm the girl that I'm the life of the party, and then I'm just not there.
Okay. So you ghost. You ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go.
I ghost.
But you get a lot of commitments, Tracy. I mean, you've kind of got a unique scenario, right? I mean, the rest of us, so ghosting is a huge thing that's actually happening. I think it's been happening for a long time. But when we have, so we have a limited amount of time. We can only handle so many friendships. So when we realize that maybe a friendship is not really, it's not mutually beneficial anymore. You can have the confrontation, that assertive conversation. We've talked about that a lot here on the show. But what's also happening with what they call ghosting, where a person just kind of fades away. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, that person's not calling me anymore. Or right, and it's a way. Now there's mixed reviews around this. Some people are like, well, that's not really healthy. It's passive aggressive. We should be able to deal with it. And I think it really depends on how deep that friendship was in the beginning.
Yeah, because I would say if someone is going to be, if it's a lifetime person or even a close friend, and you want to find a way to maintain it, go deep. have that conversation, get, you know, unearth the dirty stuff and get it, all of it out there.
Are you the kind of friend that would actually want that? Because I actually had a really interesting conversation with a friend of mine this past week where there's some people that don't want that.
Yeah, I've been called out by my friends before, and I've been happy they did it.
So you are that friend?
Called out because I'm not committing as much as they are to the friendship.
Okay.
And
so you are okay with that?
It's uncomfortable for me because I'm not confrontational, but it needs to happen sometimes. If these people are worth it in your life, I think that you have to go through difficult conversations. It's like your partner for life. You got to have a lot of difficult conversations because guess what? 50 years from now, you're going to roll over and there he is. And so you better figure out how to make things work, right?
So is your thinking,
I feel like it's the same thing.
And I think this is actually a really important differentiator because I'm totally aligned with you on this. It's almost like the close friends, like kind of like that inner circle, to have the willingness to have that tough conversation if we need to have that tough conversation. If it's more like an acquaintance, like, gosh, you know what, this is not, you know what, then you can kind of ghost and you can kind of pull back. Because I had a really interesting conversation with one of my girlfriends that's having some issues with one of her other friends, and we were talking about that not everybody wants to be challenged.
Yeah, that's true. But if it's a close friend,
but even some close friends, I don't even think want to. I think it's a little bit of different because I'm aligned like with you. Like let's just kind of let's talk it out. Let's kind of deal with it and kind of like move on. Yeah. But anyway, ghosting is something, and so you can, and we're seeing ghosting not just in friendships but also in dating.
It's happening in terrible ways in dating. So all of a sudden there's no text, there's no phone calls.
Like they disappear.
I think it's actually awful in dating.
Yeah, in dating, I totally agree.
I think it's terrible.
Yes.
But if it's an acquaintance and someone in the outer circle, I think it's okay to just be calling less, to be there less, and you don't have to have that hard conversation.